I felt like a pop and my nuts hurt.
Oh,
and then I felt something in my stomach. I was like, dang it, everything hurt. And then when I touched my stomach, my whole belly button had popped out. We had a trailer, so.
Okay.
But I had a lot of traffic going in and out of there, and then.
A trap house, pretty much, huh?
Allegedly.
Trailer trap house. Yeah. They ended up cutting on me again like a week later after other surgery.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, so I got all kinds of straps.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting outside hiding, waiting for somebody to come.
Like, please
and I
come.
like left stuff open, like
on purpose. And all
yeah.
that.
Yo, back to another
Wrong Heads
episode
in the Cloud.
Wrong Heads in the Clouds, baby.
Episode 4.
All like I say, we back at it like a crack at it.
Hell yeah, man. Episode numero 4 with the head honcho.
What that mean?
Kyrie Johnson.
Yes, sir, man. What's up, man?
Hey, this man fly as hell.
Hell yeah, what's going on? Hell yeah. Oh, man. Hell yeah.
Yo,
first and
check out the
foremost,
fit though. Dog.
Thank
Real talk,
you
like,
for
man.
coming out here, man.
Acting like he was in the military.
Hey, straight up. He about to go
All
to war,
right.
man. He about to go to war, man.
He's ready.
Hell yeah.
First of all, it's my pops, a.k.a. Kyrie Johnson.
AKA.
What other names you got?
Henry,
King Henry.
King Henry the Fourth.
a couple different names,
Yes, sir.
different reasons.
Oh,
All right, we'll break them down.
yes,
All
sir,
right,
man.
so
Go ahead.
let's get into it. Where you from? Where you born? Mom, pops, all that.
Well, originally our family's from New York.
Pull it a little closer.
Family's from New York. Just got in a lot of trouble in New York. We had to roll out here,
For sure.
What part of New York?
Was no,
Rochester.
Yeah. How was that growing up out there?
Rochester's rough.
Yeah.
Rochester's rough.
How-
It was one of the worst cities in New York.
I think it's still kind of bad.
Yeah, it's like 1 or 2 now, but
Oh, really?
yeah, it's pretty bad.
So you were what out there your whole life type dude, right? Until you grew up, or
Back and forth. We came. Well, my mom and dad had me at 14.
They were
So,
both 14?
Rapper was like maybe 15, 16. My
Damn.
mom was,
sir.
grandma was 14.
Yeah.
okay.
And they were Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, really?
So that wasn't, that was like frowned upon. That
Grandpa
wasn't
was
good.
Jehovah's Witness?
No.
I was like, he
he
was
like, are you sure about that one?
okay. I didn't know that.
Grandma's side, they were
Gotcha.
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
So the church didn't like that. So we moved out here right away,
California.
California, then went right back to New York because they didn't like California. And that's when my mom met Alan.
In New York?
No, here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's what you're saying.
California.
Gotcha.
Went back to New York. We lived there for quite a few years, I think till I was 11. I stayed with my dad, and then Allison and Sheila stayed with my mom and Alan.
Your sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my 2 sisters. So they grew up with them, and I stayed with my dad. And it was interesting. It was interesting. I know you know the stories, but life was crazy, and just got in a lot of trouble. Like, started robbing places, doing stuff with my pops.
Allegedly.
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 Yeah.
Allegedly.
And
It's a friction story.
This guy.
your grandma found out some stuff, so we got in trouble, and just Grandma Rose and them just said no and moved us back out here.
They were looking out for you.
Yeah.
Best interest. Yeah.
Basically, it saved my life
Yeah.
moving out here, because either I'd be shot or in prison or something.
When you were like with your pops growing up like that, like were you like what was your mentality in the sense of like day to day, like fuck I'm scared or like
Oh, yeah, good.
No, I didn't even think about stuff like that. I was young, so like I said, I was like 10, 11 years old, so you don't think of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know he was looking at it now, that's not something I would do with my son, I love my pops, but he don't. They were young when they had me, so I know his mentality wasn't
Yeah.
where it should have been to
Well,
be
when you were-
doing the right things that he
When you were
should have
10,
done.
11, he was like, what, 25, something like that?
Yeah,
26?
yeah, he was young, so we did what we did.
Sure, for
Was
sure.
that like a to survive thing or just the way he was? He liked doing that stuff.
It's just how your grandpa is. He likes that lifestyle. He's a hustler. Your grandpa was a pimp, hustler, drug
But like,
dealer, slash,
no, like a
everything.
literal.
Like
Allegedly.
literally, like
Allegedly.
Nah, literally.
literally, like still to this
To this
day,
day.
still to this day.
PIMP.
Damn.
I don't know
Still
what
to
you
this
heard
day.
about me.
So you growing up and seeing all that, like how did you feel? Like how was it? Like you just seeing it like firsthand type deal.
Did you want to be like that, or you just like?
No, it's like normal because you're part of it. You just grow up with it. You see it every day, so it's
Right.
like that's the norm. It don't seem like something crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Did you ever have like a point where it's like you were thinking like, damn, I gotta get out of here, or like,
no, not at that point. I
no?
didn't. No.
You're
Like,
young.
were you
Yeah.
were you like fascinated with the lifestyle, or just?
No, it was just normal.
Yeah.
It was just
It was
part of a
every day.
routine.
Yeah.
It's just
Every
what you
day.
do.
Damn, that's crazy.
But-
And how was it when you moved out here and everything? Like, things started changing a little differently. Like, you started seeing
Little different. Like we came out here so I would get out of trouble, but
Didn't
with the
happen.
mentality I had,
yeah,
it was hard. So I still did bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I
it was almost
still-
like that's all you knew.
I didn't
Yeah.
have. I love my mom, rest in peace, and everything. But nobody told me or taught me like you could do this or do better
Yeah.
or do anything like that. So I still did what I know. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you don't want to be poor. You can't like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true.
go to school and not like geared up or not
Yeah.
looking clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta do what you gotta do.
So talk about like grandma. So your last name, original to now, kind of like that transition.
Well, we were Kaylors.
Mm-hmm.
That's Grandma Rose's.
Well, like
Name.
yours.
My last name was Kaylor.
Mm-hmm.
Fields was Alan, our stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandpa, my dad, is Craven,
Yeah.
but they adopted me and I became a Fields. So
But you originally were Craven, yeah.
Kaylor.
So you never took Craven?
No, Grandpa's not even on my birth certificate. Like he
Damn,
ain't even
sir.
on my birth certificate. But
Damn.
like there's Grandpa. It's
Yeah.
like, and I think it was more like with Grandma and Grandpa, Grandma's mom and dad, and
Yeah.
it's the church and everything. So they didn't want to do all that. So it
Yeah.
just said unknown or whatever. But
Damn,
Oh,
that's
wow.
crazy.
yeah,
Dang, I didn't even know that.
we'll see. So stayed out here. I continued doing kind of bad stuff and then I would come back to New York all the time. So, but every time I would come back,
Yeah.
I would do stuff like that, like grab, you know, like that's what you did in New York. Like
Yeah.
you get like, he give me whatever, weed, whatever, you know, you go to the school, go to a park and you sell stuff
Make some money, yeah.
and you make money.
Yep. Yep.
And then I come back, you know, or buy all kinds of gear and come back and I look fly in high school. So it was
Yeah.
like, and you just get used to doing that.
So as far as like being poor, what's kind of like some stuff you had to go through with your sisters, like on the poor side, like some examples of what you guys had to go through?
That was rough. We went through a lot. Like we had nothing. We were real poor. So we've been homeless, lived in cars, to living with people, whatever. I've slept in boxes when I was young. Like just, we didn't have nothing a lot of times.
Damn.
And then there was times we did have stuff. We would do good, but Alan, my stepdad, he'd have good jobs, but he'd always do people dirty. And then steal or do something and he'd burn his bridges and then it ends up not being good. And then we'd have to start all over and doing everything again. And it just, crazy stories as far as like Barstow. We moved up to Barstow one time, and we stayed in a camper, a truck with a little camper on it, and all of us stayed in there. Me, Allison, Sheila, my mom, and Alan. And you know, for the most, we struggled a lot, and then going to school up there a lot. I used to get in a lot of fights because there ain't really no black people up there, especially back then.
Yeah.
And real quick, your sisters were white.
Yeah,
They're not black.
yeah,
Oh,
shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn. So
For those that don't know,
Yeah.
I'm black and white. My mom's white, my dad's black.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Well,
Yeah,
your mom and grandpa's black. My grandpa's black. His dad, mom's white. But Allison and Sheila were from Allen, correct?
Alan, yeah.
So
Oh,
his
that's
stepdad
right.
is where the
Okay.
sisters came from.
Ah,
So,
okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so, with growing up in that, like how you say, it was like there wasn't a lot of black kids around. Like how
No, so I used to get in fights a lot, got jumped
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and then I just finally couldn't do it no more, I think. And then I started staying with my grandma in San Bernardino.
Oh, okay.
And
How long did you stay with her out there?
my grandma pretty much raised me after that.
Oh, yeah?
She took care of me, and we moved a couple places, but my grandma did a good job. She took care of me.
How old were you when you went to live with her?
13,
13.
14,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. But,
Early high school kind of thing.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah. high school,
junior
yeah.
high.
Actually, you're right.
Like that.
Yeah,
But
the end of junior
yeah.
high, beginning of high
Yeah.
school.
Was it a
Yeah.
big transformation when you started going to San Bernardino schools? From like, what was it, Barstow you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
yeah,
raising
it was a-
someone?
Yeah, it was a big difference. But I mean, like all
I-
schools, you always have that. They're still doing it now. I was just
Yeah.
hearing somebody talk about it, or the whole black and Mexican thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's been
always
going
been-
on forever.
like,
It ain't nothing
centuries,
new. It's been going on
Yeah.
forever. I
Yeah.
wish we didn't do it,
Yeah.
but our cultures do that.
Going through all that, was there ever like people just trying to kind of like the people you ran with, like friend wise, like did they try to jump you in anywhere in the sense of like hoods type deal, stuff like that,
Nobody ever pressured me. I was always just
doing your own thing type deal?
a little crazy on my own, so I didn't care about stuff. I never gangbanged. I didn't need it.
Okay.
But I had friends that were Bloods, Crips, family members,
Still.
Shit.
still doing everything.
Yeah.
So the family, obviously, there's like gang related stuff. Our family's just crazy. What made you kind of want to get out of that? Separate yourself.
Oh, the gang thing never interested me. I didn't care. I think I was more into, back then, probably because your grandpa, it was more money and girls.
Yeah.
I was a little crazy. So I just didn't care. Like, there ain't nothing in gangs and this and
Yeah.
that. Like,
yeah.
for
That's
what?
for sure. Yeah.
I got
It
you.
was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I realized that later.
This
Later on in
guy.
life.
Hey, hold on, let's make
I
the
did.
rumor show. Huh?
I'm just saying. I know what he means though. I mean, but it's
Yeah.
true. It's true
It's a
though,
waste
because
of
like,
time.
yeah, gangsters.
What do
Why
you
represent a color or a
Yeah.
street? It ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna pay your pockets. Ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Well, I think for some people, it's mainly like
It's like being part of something bigger.
different reasons.
But
Well, I know
Yeah.
some people feel like they need a family, but you think that,
Until you
but you get locked up or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Your own people are doing
They
you
gonna
dirty.
burn you.
Yeah.
6'9".
over there with your
it's-
girl or something.
6'9",
little
this
thing, you know?
guy.
It's
Or
not-
even when you're dead and all, they say you'll always be remembered by them, but they gonna just move on with their life and all
Yeah,
and forget
yeah.
about
You're
you.
just another number. They're gonna get
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
else to take your spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Basically,
exactly.
that's what it is.
But that's everything though. Jobs.
Yeah.
We're just numbers.
So growing up, in San Bernardino, how was it like after high school? In a sense, like you stayed out in San Bernardino, right?
After high school, I was still like, when I got with Cyrus's mom and them, like, I was still a little crazy. I was still doing stuff
Yeah.
and getting in trouble a little bit.
You're smiling like you got a story.
Yeah,
He's hiding
He's
it.
like, I can't tell that.
Well, I'm
part
just
yet."
saying. huh?
The story you're about to hear is all fictional.
I'll take that to my grave.
Allegedly, stuff was getting moved in and out of the house or selling stuff.
At
So
grandma's house?
No, mine. We had our own place.
I would.
I
what
had
age
my
did you-
own place at like 18.
Oh,
See,
damn,
he
that's
was a
what's up.
hustler.
We had a trailer, so
Okay.
but I had a lot of traffic going in and out of there, and then
A trap house, pretty much. Huh?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Trailer trap house.
Trap
Triple
house
T.
on wheel. Mobile. We're going mobile.
I think what changed me the most is, and it sound bad, and I know your mom used to get upset with that, and it's like, because I cared, but what changed me was having my daughter, having Serena, her being born, like,
How old
it
were
just,
you?
my eyes just like, I seen all kinds of stuff in a different light because I didn't want that, like, the way my step family or my family in New York, a lot of us are. People getting shot, stabbed, or locked up. Or
And that's what
just-
made change your life. And
Yeah,
everything
because
around?
I didn't want that for my daughter. I was like,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
I was like, I got to change something. You know,
How old were you guys?
early 20s. Early 20s, and I just like, I can't do this. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I went from doing all that kind of stuff to just working. It was like a switch. I just turned on, and then I was working, like, because I didn't have an education really. I went to college a little later, but couldn't do it because I wanted to have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was working 2-3 jobs. I didn't care. I did whatever to have money. So
You graduated high school though, right?
yeah.
So what was that transformation like from like that lifestyle, really making that money, to that working money type deal? Like, what was that transformation?
I didn't
like?
care because I knew it was safer
Yeah.
and it was for my baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Did you like? Because I know that there's a few cats I know that done stuff like that. Then they go to like the regular work, but then they're like, man, I'm sick of this shit, and then they go back.
Yeah.
Like, was that
That's true,
did
man.
that ever
Yeah,
cross your
I
mind?
mean,
Like,
no, because there's other stuff and we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got to make that choice. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, money can be good, but I've seen so much stuff. Nothing lasts forever.
yeah, for sure.
People be on the top and you can have hundreds of thousands, millions. If you're doing shit like that and dirt, you're going to get caught up at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to get caught up and you're going to lose it all anyway. Or you're going to spend it on lawyers or this or that. You're not going to stay on top like that.
Even the
you
like
know what I mean?
notorious like mobsters, like everyone gets caught up
Oh,
at
yeah,
that point.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Like,
All of
the
them.
ones that you think that's untouchable.
And
it's
them getting
like, it's crazy.
touched. Yeah. Damn.
That's a
so
trip, though.
so those jobs when you were working them, what were your hours? It was like Monday through Sunday, like you were never off type deal, or what? Like,
I'd have like one day off,
no way.
like maybe Sunday. Like there was one point in my life where I was working. It was Airborne Express. So I would go to the airport, Ontario Airport, at like 5 a.m.
Damn.
Hit that, and then drive to LAX Hollywood and work for Airborne, but it was a security job for them.
Oh, okay.
So I would work security out there. In between, as soon as I got there, I clocked in. It was on Sunset and Wilcox. Clock in, work there till like 3, then drive all the way back to Ontario Airport to start my shift again at the Ontario Airport for the plane to go out at night.
Damn.
And then that was over like by like 9, maybe around 9. And then go home and do it all over again every day.
How long did you do that for with the 3 jobs?
I did that for like, man, maybe 4 years.
Gosh, damn.
Yeah, it was brutal, like driving, like
could
in
barely
that
keep
LA
going.
traffic and all that. Like I'd fall asleep.
You were in the military, so was that before or after?
That was before. Yeah.
Oh,
Before you
it's
went
like
into service?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of talk about that. What made you want to do that?
Military, just I had barely met your mom, just a little bit before, like during high school. So we didn't really have a plan. Like I said, our parents didn't tell us like do this, go to school. So me and Robert, Victor, a lot of us, we didn't have plans for anything. So me, Robert, and Victor were talking about it, and like everybody gets gun ho, oh, let's be a SEAL, let's do this. and
Yeah,
that.
hell
So-
yeah.
So-
Still like that.
I
To
think
this day.
Victor was the first one, and he had flat feet. So
Yeah.
because of your flat feet, I guess you can't get into
Special forces.
special forces.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he went regular Navy, and then me and Robert were like, forget it. We just went to the Army.
Why'd you
So,
choose Army?
I don't know. We didn't have a particular
Rangers
reason.
leads the way.
I mean, you were going to either do the Marines or the Army.
Yeah, so why'd you
Yeah.
choose Army?
We just
The
we ended
lower of
up
the
choosing
two.
it. I don't know.
Cyrus is only saying that because he was a Marine, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We just ended up
Double
choosing
dog.
it. And then we did the buddy system.
Oh, nice.
So LA MEPS, what happens is you're supposed to go together through basic and AIT, the buddy system.
Mhm.
So when we got over there, though, they swapped us somehow. They don't care. You're a statistic,
No,
a
yeah.
number. So they like, shut up, get in line, do it.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I didn't see Robert until I think we were like back at home or something. And where I went to basic, I think he went to AIT and I went to AIT where he went to basic or something. They messed us
What's
up.
AIT for people who don't know?
Advanced Individual Training.
Yeah.
It's just technical schools
Yeah.
for it. So
For whatever job you have, it's
for
kinda
whatever
It's
MOS,
like
yeah.
specialized-
specialized school for your
And
job,
what was yours?
71 Lima.
which is
It's a little rough, so I'm like, I don't know.
admin, right?
Admin specialist in a hospital unit. Yeah.
Specialist.
So,
Add specialist to anything.
It sounds hard, bro.
Tactical specialist.
Damn. So in the military, like, would these guys, like, you know, telling you guys what to do in that sense, like, from what you told us, how you grew up, how was that, like, having people constantly in your face, yelling at you, telling you shit?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
hard for me.
The
Like
way you grew up, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm like, how'd you take
so
it?
they
Like,
for me, I got into it with a lot of the drill sergeants and stuff like that. So they just abused us, like
Back
yeah,
back then was worse.
yeah. So like your gas chamber or whatever, they'll leave you in there, like,
Damn.
or if you fight people with the batons or whatever, they'll put 2-on-1, or they'll just
Yeah, they still do
they'll
that.
do like messed up stuff to you to try to like
break you
get some
type of-
payback
Oh,
if they don't like you.
Damn.
Damn.
But it was crazy.
How long were you in the services?
I only did 2 years.
Oh,
I
2
only
years.
did 2 years. And then I was in the reserves,
Uh-huh.
and then the money's not good.
Yeah.
So I mean, reserves, you're making like, I don't even know, 200-300 or something for a weekend.
You're getting your gas for the month.
It ain't even
Gas
worth
money.
it. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting out of that and went in inactive, ready reserves, and then just started working. That's when I
Yeah.
just started grinding. Just
Yeah.
When you were in the
making the
service,
money.
that never caught your eye in the sense of being like on the field, in the sense of like staying in there longer and then wanting to
No,
do it,
because for me, I knew I had his mom, so it's not a place I want to be.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's for people that are like in a serious committed relationship or something to
It's hard.
Yeah.
to be in there. It's hard because most people I know
Yeah.
don't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So going in there, like, so your mentality going in versus coming out, like, did it change a lot in the sense of like discipline,
yeah,
like all
even
that,
just the schooling, and I'm sure he could attest to this too. The schooling and everything. Once you make it through all that, it makes you feel like you could do anything.
Dang.
Like you could just, it gives you that confidence in a different way. Like
It's
almost
something
almost a hard swag. Like you just don't
you
care.
could-
like I
it's
can
that
do
thing
whatever.
he said
It
that like
don't-
stuck in your mind.
Yeah,
Through
yeah.
you? Go ahead, say.
Walk through fools, man. Walk through them.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro. When he said that,
I'll
man,
walk through you. I was like, oh.
I said, yo, woo, chills.
Well, that's
no.
a different
Yeah, but still,
But it's
the
still that
mentality.
mentality.
that mentality, and that's how
Well, that
I
came
just
from our
grew up.
family.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Military they just added on to it,
But yeah, damn.
Made
that's-
you
okay.
be able to
So
control it. more.
when you had your daughter, did you move out into Rialto then, or were you still living in San Bernardino?
No, we were in San Bernardino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't
San
move to
Bernardino.
Rialto till I was in high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was in San Bernardino.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh damn! I
Then
ain't
we
know
stayed with your grandma. Actually, we stayed with your grandma and grandpa for a little bit when Serena was first born. And then we came back, stayed with grandma, Helen, for a
Yeah.
little bit. And then that's when, like, I had all them jobs, was making money, and then we started getting our own places. Like, The apartment.
apartment. I remember the apartment.
Rialto and stuff.
That's where I
like
was
that.
born, right? The apartment.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So that's where you were mostly at, yeah, San Bernardino, Rialto, like in the IE area.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
IE area. Yep.
And then, so I'm only saying this because I met him in high school in that house.
Yeah.
So when you moved there, it was all of you guys. So you already had him, her, and then your lady and yourself. Where were you working at that time when you had that house, the Rialto one?
The house in San Bernardino
Oh,
or Rialto?
the Rialto. I'm sorry.
Real quick. That was when I was like freshman, sophomore year.
Oh,
I was in San Bernardino my whole life. It was a nice house,
Yeah.
but
Dang.
it'd still get like people would cut off our
We-
electric
we-
lights, steal our shit.
We had a brand new house. I think I bought it in 2003, I believe. You were small.
Yeah.
It was like 2003, brand new house. I mean, I got it for like 134,000.
Man,
Like
damn,
brand new house.
that's nothing.
And
jeez.
Damn.
We hooked it up. Like
Oh,
I
pimped
put
it
like
out.
over 100,000 in the backyard. We had our own like Laker court. Like
What?
it was,
Like,
it
But
was hooked up.
He built a lot of it, and that's where I got like a lot of that mindset and like creation and
Oh,
stuff. from
yeah,
him.
that's pretty
Yeah.
sick. Oh, so you were like that too with the whole what is it? I was gonna say architect.
No,
there we
he's
go.
more like handy though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Like, cause you built the extension on the house, but like him and some homies actually built it. No contract stuff.
yeah,
Damn.
You know.
And
Damn,
we did
that's
add-ons. Then I built a
Yeah.
whole casita, like a back house,
Yeah.
and it was like stuccoed. Everything matched the house, and then we
Yeah.
had like a jacuzzi in there, and like
Yeah.
It was off
It
the
looked like
hook.
it was
It was
part of
hooked
the
up.
house.
That's
it looked like
sick.
it was part of it, like perfect flush.
Yeah.
Damn. What made you want to leave that house?
I know.
Sounds
it
dope.
was, it was in the hood.
Oh, okay.
We're still
I
San
mean,
Bernardino.
at some point, you're making good money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to like.
Elevate
I'm not
yourself.
saying take yourself out of the hood, but you need to because
Yeah.
I was at the point we had everything. We were making good money, and I had all kinds of stuff. We had a boat, toy hauler, new cars, everything. We're still staying in the hood, and then people started stealing little stuff off the cars and stuff. And I just got tired of dealing with it. Like I don't
Yeah.
go work all day to come home to have
Yeah.
to fix something.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point?
At least
Like,
for me, the one I remember the most is like when someone went and cut off our electric lights and all our lights turned off. Like someone willingly went and did that. I think they stole some stuff. It was like, damn, like people really out here trying to do some stuff. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had cameras. I always had cameras, but I caught there was some kids,
Yeah.
but they actually just wanted to jump on our trampoline that I had for them in the back.
I didn't
So
know that.
they turned the electric off and it shut the cameras off, but I had a battery backup.
Oh,
So
dang.
it caught who it was.
Some kids
and
this
then
whole
one of
time?
the-
I thought it was some
One of the
grown men.
neighbors told me who it was, and it was these little kids down the street. And
Yeah, this is one half.
Those are some smart kids.
well, we swooped up on him and then told him to take me to your house and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, nobody's home." And it ended up being his brother. And then they came later, and they were some bangers. And his brother was mad. And I'm like, "Look, dude, like your brother's gonna end up getting shot or something. You can't just be running in people's
The wrong
backyard doing
house,
that
yeah.
stuff." So he didn't believe me. He was like, "Nah, my brother wouldn't do that." And I pulled it up, showed him the video, and he was on there. He beat his ass, took him home, and like,
Shit.
that was it. But
Yeah.
the last thing was like me just working a lot, and they kept stealing stuff off Serena's car.
Yeah.
And then the last thing was they actually went in our driveway, broke the window out,
Oh,
and they knew the
yeah.
alarm. So they broke the window out, jumped in through the window so they didn't open the doors, and stole the airbag out of the fucking car.
The car.
Shit.
What the?
A Honda.
So
What
for
the
me,
hell?
I'm
Yeah.
like, you gonna literally sit in my driveway for like 20 minutes stealing this fucking airbag. Like, I'll fucking dome your ass. So I was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I got all kinds of straps,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting outside hiding, waiting for somebody to come.
Like, please.
And I
come.
like left stuff open, like,
on purpose and all.
yeah.
that?
And I was like, and then my neighbor Blue, that's the homie. He was like, dude, you can't be doing this stuff. And I was like, it just pissed me off because
Yeah.
you don't like that feeling of people doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
In
so
your own
I was
home.
like, I just got to get out of here. I was like, I'm done.
You just sold the house and
I
everything?
put my
or-
house up for sale. I was gone in like, what, 30, 60 days.
How much equity you
Damn.
got off that house?
We made like 130, maybe 150,000.
Damn.
Well,
Not a lot.
But
Yeah.
you doubled almost.
Yeah, but it wasn't worth what I put in because
Right.
it was
That's
San
true.
Bernardino.
That's
Right,
true.
yeah.
Because I put a lot of
Location.
money
Yeah.
into that
Yeah,
house.
that's true.
And then how much was the house that you got in Rialto?
We ain't gonna talk about, all those numbers.
How much you make?
But-
Not just kidding. How much you make?
How much is it worth now?
Hey, it worth a lot now.
Yeah.
Probably up there 700s now, huh?
So when you moved
Legend.
out to the new house in Rialto, which is the one I've seen, how much of a way better transformation?
Oh,
than it?
night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day, and then you're talking about what, 2 miles? A 2 mile different radius, but just putting yourself in that area, a better area, and you don't see all that
You have that peace of
Yeah.
mind back type
all that
deal.
bullshit that's over on the other side of the
You ain't gotta watch your
freeway.
back as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then during this time, were you still working multiple jobs? During this time?
No. No, I was situated, worked with your grandpa, and was into just one job because after I started working at Coke, I made good money.
Yeah, I heard they
So,
make some good
Coca-Cola, I made good money, and then started working with his grandpa at the paper mill.
money. Oh, nice.
So I made really good money.
How was
at
that? I was
point.
working there.
It sucked.
It's,
It was good money, but
yeah.
Long hours and everything too.
long
or-
hours,
Shit.
12-hour shifts, but a lot of times you work
or labor and
16s.
all.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, you make really good money, but all money ain't good money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Damn. So tell me a little bit about this kid. How was it raising this kid, man?
He was
I was
okay.
I was a good kid.
Yeah.
Just a little nerdy. You know?
Good kid to a point. He would get lazy. He would get lazy and piss
Look
me
at me
off,
now.
But,
He's a man.
but a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys, I think most kids get like that. Though.
But
they don't
yeah.
want to do
It's
stuff.
not necessary. Well, it's laziness, but I feel like in a kid's mindset, it's like you just don't want to listen to nobody
Yeah.
more than the lazy
'Cause you-
part.
you
Yeah.
Like you tell me
Yeah.
to do something, it's like, well, now I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm still like that.
So I'm gonna jump a little.
But,
but I'm
gonna
not
be
lazy,
happy
though.
because
Yeah.
We'll get
what goes around comes around. It's gonna come around.
Yeah.
We'll get into
Yeah,
that.
you do got
It's
something on the
gonna
way
come
too.
around. So.
We'll get into that.
I'm gonna jump a little bit. So, how did you feel when he told you he wanted to go into the service?
I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't want him going just because of the bullshit I went through and seeing like people trying to belittle you, and no matter what ethnic race or whatever, they just get this power trip. He handles stuff better than me, like with stuff like that. I
Yeah.
have issues with people.
Talking to you a certain way.
Yeah,
type
like
deal.
I don't like being disrespected or
Yeah.
talked into a certain light. Like I don't like that shit. Like
And I'm laughing because like I'm like that. Like I'm very patient,
Yeah.
calm. But I notice the older I'm getting, the more I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey man, get the
I'm
fuck
getting-
out
Yeah,
of my
like,
life,
I ain't
man.
taking that shit no more.
I'm getting
huh?
snappy, dude. I don't
Yeah.
like dealing with people's bullshit,
Yeah.
man.
well,
I
look,
don't.
like
because I
even
got
maybe at 30, I could have never went back and went through the service.
Yeah.
Cause I'd be damned if you're gonna fucking holler and scream at me
Yeah.
and do that. I probably
Especially if
choke
they
somebody
younger than
else.
you and
Like,
everything.
it ain't
I
gonna
think it's
happen.
funny now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah,
it's funny. Like, you gonna yell at me? Like, you could do more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's none. But
So yeah, so once it was settled, because I know at first it was probably just an idea, but like once it was like the day of, like you gotta take, or he was going to basic training, like what was your mindset on? Like, damn, like he's going.
well, he's a young man. There ain't nothing I could do. He's,
Yeah.
and at this point, we signed the papers.
it was
and
too
he
late.
signed
I
it.
was gone.
So, and it
turn
was
you
like
back now, huh?
he literally. Did you just turn 18, or were you waiting
So,
or to graduate?
similar
I think right
to-
after your birthday.
Similar to you about the army, I did the buddy system with Andrew Lopez.
Yeah.
That didn't go right. He
See?
ended up shipping out like right after high school, and then mine was like 4 or 5 months after high school. It was November 7th, 2016.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
you to the recruiting
Yeah,
station.
you guys did. Yeah.
I didn't want him doing it. He did it.
Yeah.
I just want him to. I was proud of him,
Yeah.
but I just wanted him to choose the right path. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we had some conflict
We
with
did
that.
because I wanted to do infantry, but he didn't want me to.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to do the air traffic control, right?
My
Or something like
3 were air traffic control,
that? Mhm.
military police, and infantry. But air traffic control, I don't think would have took me because of my vision or something like that. And then I ended up just going military police.
Hey.
But that was off third choice because they're gonna pick what they give
Yeah.
you.
Right.
What did you think when I was going Marines and not Army?
That didn't bother me.
No.
I didn't care about that.
It's fun.
I would have rather you go to the damn Air Force or the Navy. I didn't.
That was my thing.
Anything less, the government uses you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so you need to use the government too in a way.
I did.
Use it as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I did.
So go the least path of resistance. Go the Air
Oh,
Force
yeah,
or
yeah.
Navy.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to deal with the BS
Yeah,
of
true.
the Army and the
Well,
Marines, and
but that
you
was
still
my
get
mindset.
good benefits.
If you're
Yeah.
gonna go, either go, for
All
me
of
at least, Air Force or Marine Corps. Air Force are gonna treat you better. You have
Yeah.
better stuff. Or if you just want to be straight up like just badass dude, let's go Marine Corps. And then that's what I
You
want.
still ain't badass, dude. Navy SEALs are badass dudes.
Anyway,
Anyway.
it's funny because
Look at Ruben.
when I was younger, he gave me his coats. I didn't even think about joining the service at this time.
Yeah.
I had his uniforms, like his service uniforms.
You felt proud putting it on and everything too? or
Well, yeah, because I would like, you would dress up as a kid. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, like this is dope.
Hell
But he
yeah.
had. I always remember. I'll never forget. You already know what I'm gonna say. He had a badge, like a shooting badge, and it was a sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
And I'm like, he's a sharpshooter. He's a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought he was like a killer, dude. And then that's all I knew about it. I go to the Marine Corps and boot camp,
There you go.
and they break down like the structures of shooting and the
Yeah.
badges, and I'm like, it's marksman is the lowest. Well, unking, like not qualifying, obviously that's the lowest.
Yeah.
But once you qualify, either you get marksman, sharpshooter, or expert.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dude had sharpshooter. He was like mid, and I was like, my whole life I thought he was fucking
Like
killing
hitting
it.
shit.
Yeah, dinging him.
I mean, he did hit something when he said he shot that, mouse or what was it?
Why you keep?
I'm just saying, hey,
he comes with
hey,
some crazy stuff.
I'm just saying, he told me
No,
about that.
but
I was
hey.
like, hey, that takes some skills right
What,
there.
what he don't say, you and Andrew,
I got expert. That's what I'm saying.
they got it.
I shot
but
better.
ask him what
It
he
was
got
given.
to do. You were brought up around guns, and I took you shooting,
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
so you got a lot of practice.
Ah,
I
here's a-
didn't get practice with no rifles or
here's a
anything.
caveat.
It was just
You're lying.
here's a
going
caveat. Military cats, if you got a dude who like shot his whole life,
Mm-hmm.
he might shoot like crap because he's used to bad habits.
True.
So he can't get into a certain mindset. If you take a cat who's never shot and you install the right fundamentals, he might be a better
But
shot.
he's saying you were
Yeah.
still used to handling weapons, though.
Yeah, but I wasn't like keying him. I was
You-
like just
you-
shooting for fun.
You were still handling
I was
weapons.
building
though.
I ain't
bad
gonna lie,
habits.
this guy.
He
This
said
guy,
you still had experience.
This
I
guy
can
taught
shoot.
me. He
I
taught
can
me.
shoot. You
Hey,
can't
man.
play
He can.
me.
He can.
You can't play
Between
me.
him and Pops,
know-
bro,
you-
I don't know.
No, you know
but
what
we
he-
ain't gonna say that because then when I did take out Frank and everybody, and we put that,
You
quarter,
got lucky.
we put a quarter.
I'm telling you, bro, he's
Dude.
him.
Yeah.
Stop
We-
talking to
hey,
him
He's
like
that
not.
guy.
We put a quarter
Listen,
literally up in a bush and shot maybe what 30 yards,
About
25, 30 yards,
I say 20. Yeah, 20,
25, 30 yards.
Let's say 30. Yeah.
And what did we use?
Make it more interesting.
We used different weapons, but
Yeah.
40,
9. Couple
9.
different-
Did we use the AR?
Eventually. But mostly we shot handguns.
But either way,
Like
I
the 22?
dinged that quarter and
He
put a
dinged the
hole
quarter.
in that thing. Nobody else could hit it, and I
It's
hit
tough,
that quarter.
man. That's tough.
Yeah.
And was
And
it
he hit
with
it.
the 40 or the 9 mil? What
I
was it?
can't remember
I
what
don't
I shot it
remember.
with.
Eh.
Let's
He
say-
hit it though. I'll give
let's
him
say
props
he-
for that
he-
one.
Damn, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
keep talking shit, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just said I'll give him props.
I'm just,
But yeah.
Man, he was away, like, and then because you're so used to him being.
I
home,
missed
like,
him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how was that for you? Like,
It was rough because like I was in a relationship and
That
the
wasn't
woman
my
I
mom.
was with had 3 girls or 2 girls. And
2 girls, 1
two
boy.
girls, 1 boy, and
yeah, okay.
I had 3 girls because my daughter,
uh,
and then he's gone, and it's just all girls in the house and me.
Yeah.
And and I miss my son. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
so
Certain things you could do with your son.
I mean,
you can't do with
I
yours.
I would wait for him to come back. Like, damn, like I missed him a lot. But
Yeah. Hey, be honest, Theo. You cried?
nah, I didn't cry.
We don't.
but
We
I
don't
mean,
cry, man. We don't.
I've
cry.
seen
Like,
you cry
I
plenty
see
of
you cry.
times.
Hey, watch him cry when his son is born.
Where's all that you might cry.
I don't think
you
I
like-
will.
I don't know.
He
But
might
I
faint,
mean,
man.
Y'all don't even know me. Man.
But I mean, just because I don't cry, I don't mean I don't love.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
love him
yeah,
to
yeah,
death.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
Was it like always like through your mind in the sense of like, damn, like when am I gonna see him again? I can't wait to see him. Like, what was like, or was it just
no,
like,
we would talk quite a
Yeah.
bit. Try to talk on like Snapchat, Facebook,
it was tough because
whatever.
overseas the times like 12-hour different. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
where they're awake, you guys are waking up. I'm going to sleep,
oh,
vice versa. So it'd be like a weekend kind of thing.
But I couldn't wait for him to come back home,
Yeah,
just
for sure.
be part of the family again.
And what was it like being there on his graduation day, like seeing him like graduate, like
Yeah, he was fly though. Can't lie.
No, I was,
because
I
we were
was-
all there, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, we were
yeah,
all
we
there
was
for
all
that
like,
day.
No, I ain't gonna lie. See him in his little Marine outfit. I was like,
Hey, that shit
all
look
right.
hard. That shit's
I
hard.
was like, he
We got
did
the
it.
best uniforms.
He got my
Yeah.
respect. That's
Yeah.
I like y'all dress
Yeah,
blues one. That
okay,
was,
okay. Yeah, because
Nah,
I remember we are all there for
He
that
put
day.
it down. His crucible. I know how hard that was and everything they did.
Put some
Yeah.
spec on it.
Hey, but he was
So-
skinny though when he came out. Though.
Yeah,
He was
I lost
I was
weight.
like that. I was
Yeah, you were skinny too.
Yeah.
like 130,
Hey, did you get
140 pounds. I didn't weigh nothing.
when,
like-
when you graduated versus him? Who got more burnt? He was burnt when he came out. He was dark as shit.
I lived outside.
Man, he was.
I was
fucking-
dark too. I
He
think,
was
yeah.
fucking red, man.
I
Yeah,
actually-
he was.
red as hell, man. He was
But
burnt.
it was kind of crazy too, cause like when he came out, it seemed like he just got taller or something too. I'm just
Nah,
like,
he just looked
I
lanky.
stood like
yeah,
His posture.
Yeah.
Well, that too, though.
Posture.
They have you.
no slouch, dude.
Yeah.
It was all just
yeah.
Yeah.
eating everything. Just had to be perfect posture.
Yeah.
But he could put some food down. I remember that. Because you get
I
used to
was-
eating in that chow hall.
You get like
and stuff
5-10
like
seconds
that.
to eat, so you're
They don't
used to
Damn,
give
it.
you
sure.
time.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
he
just,
So every
Yeah.
time he came over and all, like, was he
oh,
still
he
eating
would
like that?
inhale food. We would go to
It
like
took a while to get back to normal.
Lucille's
Yeah.
or wherever.
Just eating like crazy. Damn.
Everybody
Nah.
sit down to
Yeah.
eat. This fool eats like
already finished.
1 minute. He's like,
Hey, so
he
look,
just, he just
so was
pounded.
it
was
like
gone.
have you seen Major Payne, right?
Yeah.
So it was like that and everything when you remember that part when Major Payne took the female out on the day and all, and he just like started eating. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah. No,
That's how Cyrus was.
it's like that. It's like
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people don't change that. Robert hasn't changed that. Robert can inhale
I
a meal.
still
in
do that
like-
sometimes.
minutes.
Sometimes I still do that.
Were you ever like that though, or
Yeah, when I was in there, and then
And
when
then-
I got out, like I even loved water. I
Damn.
loved water. I don't even drink water no more. I'm like, fuck water. I'm like,
It's in your it's
There-
in your cup right
there's
now.
water and alcohol. So it's like,
It's not alcohol.
okay,
It's not alcohol.
allegedly.
You can't drink alcohol.
Allegedly.
You can't drink alcohol.
Yeah, we don't allow that.
Everyone.
I got thirsty.
Why you got
Because
four
I forgot
cups?
I had cups here. So I got like a bunch of
Dang.
cups.
Hey,
You
he's
got
taking
like
them,
5
you know.
cups,
Yeah,
man.
no,
You
What
gotta
you
take them
doing
back
over
to
there?
the
Like,
pad and all, rinse them out, use them again.
Damn.
You said what?
You're gonna reuse all those cups.
If anything, I'll just put my name on them. Man. All right, so we knew that you grew a little bit. That good Mary Jane. I could vouch for that. That was some good shit, man. I could for sure vouch for that.
What,
some good
what
shit,
made you
man.
want to like start doing
Yeah.
that?
After getting hurt at work, and when I stopped working maybe around 2018, and I had got hurt real bad, and I had 3 surgeries, and I wanted to find something different than just using like Norcos and all this
Yeah.
crazy damn shit. You're tearing your liver and kidneys up. So
Yeah,
So I started getting into medical marijuana and like talk to people. Like I would smoke it here and there, and then I found it helped with different things, pain, different issues, and then
that's for sure.
just slowly started getting into it. And then I was like, dang. The business would grow a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? And then I just dumped more money into it. Then I had an indoor grow, I had an outdoor grow, so
Yeah.
I just kept it going for a while. And it was good. It was good for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
well,
nice.
But I
setup.
think the market now is just so saturated. It's everybody and their mom's trying to do it now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Cookies.
Yeah.
You-
Everybody.
You mind if we go back a little bit and talk about the injury? If you want to talk about it,
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Like
You
what
want to
exactly
explain that a little bit, go into detail? Because I knew about the injury, but I've never asked him. Nor
I
you
don't know
personally.
about it.
Like
Yeah.
I've always been curious about that myself. Like what had happened.
Oh,
Like,
just-
Start off on how did you get it?
yeah.
Like what started?
Got it? Well, you know the paper mill's crazy. It's a lot of physical work.
Yeah.
Big
It's
machinery.
It's real technical. You got to know a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of physical aspects to it. So I was cleaning out this drain system and all this. It was like a lake of water and trash out there.
Yeah.
And you had to get the water to keep flowing through it. It was called a bar screen. So we would use this big pole with a shovel and scrape the plastic off the bars so the water can funnel through it.
Oh, okay.
So we were out there just working, doing it, and it was towards the end of the shift, and I was out there with a maintenance guy and one of the other workers. And then just one of the times, like, I was just go gun ho and just, didn't try to get the job done.
Yeah.
And I was pushing down on stuff, and I don't even remember what I did actually. And one of the times I did something, and I felt like a pop, and my nuts hurt.
Oh,
And then I felt something in my stomach. I was like, dang it, everything hurt. And I was like, oh, damn. And I just stepped back. And then when I touched my stomach, my whole belly button had popped out. So I was like,
Whoa.
God dang. I was
Damn.
like, something's wrong. I was like, so I walked back to the office, and I could barely walk. And got back to the office, called my supervisor and told him. And then they were like, all right, went to the clinic and found out I had an umbilical hernia.
Oh shit.
So I had to get a surgery for that. But it was like, it ended up being a 2-3 year process because workman's comp's horrible. That's a whole nother story. Like workman's comp through work is just a joke. Nobody wants to help you. They ain't trying to do anything. So I ended up having 3 hernias though at once.
God damn.
I had 3 of them.
Sheesh.
Fucking A.
So I ended up having umbilical surgery,
Yeah.
left and right inguinal hernia surgery. So I had to have 3 of them. And then the one on the left side, the doctor messed me up and sutured my nerve. So I got neuropathy on my left inguinal nerve. So
God.
So when you were based on the surgeries, how you said you had 3, what was like the timelines in between, or was it all in one go type deal? Or
no, it was spread out. Like, so I had 2 surgeries in 2015, and then another one in 2016. And then because I was messed up and they didn't really help me and I wasn't getting no treatment, I ended up having a back fall in the rain because it was just rough there. So I couldn't walk, and they wanted to put me back to full duty, but I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't know you had 3 hernias at
No,
the time.
not at the time,
You thought you
no.
only had the one.
Yeah, I thought I had the
Later
one.
on, they said, "Oh, you have more."
Yeah.
And he didn't know.
Oh, so you didn't even
Yeah,
know?
I didn't know what was wrong with me. I just
Yeah.
knew I couldn't walk.
Yeah, you just
he
ended
still,
up
Yeah.
he
getting
still
hella
had
pain on.
another one. Yeah.
So I was walking around with 2 more hernias and didn't know.
Fuck, man.
And then when I got an attorney
Yeah.
to fight for the workman's comp stuff, they sent me to a QME, like a specialist, and he's checking me out, and he's like, do you know you have a left inguinal hernia? And I was like, no. I was like, so then they set me up for that surgery, and even at that point, I didn't know I had the right side one. And that was when I was still messed up and recovering from the left surgery and couldn't walk but didn't know why. And when I went into the ER, they were like, oh, you have a right side hernia too. So I found out at different times, but it all happened.
At one time.
Hey,
At
how
one time,
painful
yeah.
was that shit? Was that shit like hella painful? Like,
The
or, like-
umbilical didn't hurt at all.
No, okay.
Like my belly button was popped out, but I didn't even feel
Would
anything.
they just put it back in?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, we can fix that, sir. There you go.
no biggie.
The surgeries suck though.
Yeah.
Like when the surgeries are done, like it takes a while to recover because you can't can't go to the bathroom. You can't do nothing. You're on a clear liquid diet for like, shoot, 4 to 6 weeks or something. I can't even remember. It was bad. It was bad.
Damn. And how long did the surgeries take? Like, was it like hours? Type
Like
deal?
hours.
Not too
long,
crazy
long,
yeah.
but like 2-3 hours maybe.
How long did
You
it
don't
take
know. You're on propofol
Yeah.
or whatever. You're
Yeah.
knocked out. You just
Yeah.
wake up. It's over. You're like, dang.
With the
all right.
surgeries, how long did you stay in the hospital for? Like after each
Nothing, it
one?
was
Like,
You came
outpatient.
right home.
Yeah.
No.
Come back home and you get a big bag of ice and just.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
I remember they just walking around. Ice.
And then,
No
and then
way.
one of them,
That's funny.
the last surgery I think I got because I know I didn't want to have kids no more.
Yeah.
So this was crazy. I literally had the surgery done.
What's it called?
Got the snip.
The right inguinal surgery. Got it done. A week later, I was getting a vasectomy done, and they were like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Dude, I'm down anyway." So,
You're like, hey, might as
so
well.
they ended up
Yeah.
cutting on me again, like a week later after other surgery.
It's just go
So
ahead.
yeah, I'm like, so
The legs pull up.
You want me to hold my own legs?
it was crazy, but
You're stupid. Dog. Fucking Cyrus, man. That's wild.
you knock it out and then you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
out.
Damn. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy,
I mean, it was
man.
no point having another kid on. I mean,
Nah,
you
I
already
didn't
got
want
your
no more
boy and
kids.
girl, so
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
it's
I knew I was
Sure.
good.
Okay.
Damn.
So is that why you got into the whole cannabis? Because you were out of work, you needed some side money.
Cannabis and helped me with stuff, and then and the money was cool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
man. You spent a lot to
I spent a
do a
lot.
lot.
I probably
We're-
put in like
We're the same in that aspect. Like when we do something, we go all out.
Yeah.
So as far as the cannabis, like you built a whole grow house. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looked
yeah,
legit.
That-
it was,
that-
no,
nah,
it was
yeah,
solid.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was nice
especially
setup.
the outdoor one.
Legal
So
too, because
simple,
you got
but it
your
was lit.
permits.
Yeah,
all
I
that
had
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, money could be good too, because allegedly
Yeah.
you can make 30-40 grand a month. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was some nice months there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Great business.
Takes money to make money.
Yeah.
And how long did you do that for? Growing yourself?
maybe 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years.
Right.
It's crazy. Things change fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things look good, stuff's booming, and then
Right.
stuff just. And I think COVID messed a lot of stuff
Oh,
up
for
too.
sure. Yeah.
COVID fucked shit up, and then people weren't traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People didn't have money in their pockets, and they did for a minute. It was crazy, but
Shit.
now it's just there's no point in even that. It's so saturated now. It's just
Damn.
it's not worth it.
Yeah, because like I said, I remember I was always trying to buy some, and I was I was always trying to pick some up, and man, that shit had me stupid, man. That shit was cool, man.
All right.
shit was
So
dope.
let's talk about now. What do you got going on now? As far as side stuff, main stuff.
Now, certain things occupy my time, and
This guy.
certain things. I got a friend called Alicia, so shout out to her.
Shout out Alicia.
Shout out.
But I don't
I'm
know,
talking
I
about
try
your
to-
business,
I
man.
try to stay busy.
Let's talk
I
about
try
his
to
life,
stay-
man.
He want to talk about his love life.
Hey, man.
But right now, I'm trying to start up my own company. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff to do, and it's government contracting and
Okay.
supplies, services, everything for local, state, and federal government.
What made you get into that?
Well, I just got to supplement my income now,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so.
And that's the thing. Like you and Cyrus, you guys got that construction
We
type
ain't,
of
I ain't gonna
mentality,
sit there. Closed mouth ain't gonna get fed. So
Yeah.
you gotta get that
It's
money.
almost like you guys are related.
for real. It's kind of crazy. It's like, no, I'm just saying, like, cause you guys are both like really into construction stuff.
Off
huh?
topic, before we get back into it, we have the same dimples on our
Swear.
face
Oh, that
and on
shit
our,
is
our
crazy.
back. We have back
No.
tits, same spots.
Have you
dude.
seen
But
his
show us
nipple?
your dimples from the
Look,
back.
look. Do you see it?
Hey,
I ain't taking my
ahead.
clothes off.
I have
We
one
wanna
of
see the
his.
back.
I got one of his.
He's got one too.
I got one dimple too. I got one.
I
of
got
his
the back dimples.
All my kids got the dimples. Like
You got the lower back dimple.
yeah, that's true.
Oh man.
No,
You
but
into your feet.
legit, his body, like
We got this. Yeah.
my
Our
aunt
shoulders.
from New York one time, I was taking my shirt off. She's like, "Did you get shot?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Did I get shot?" And she's like, "What is that hole right there?" But I got these 2 dimples on the back of my
Oh, okay.
shoulders. They're deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she thought I got shot, but he has the same exact dimples.
Did you tell me that story? Because when I was in middle school, I was telling people I got shot because of my dimple.
No.
I know.
I shot the BB gun.
You like telling people you got
No, I
shot.
thought that
You
myself.
crazy.
I just made that up.
Yeah,
but people
it
believed
was
No.
a rough life, man.
Yeah, people believed it.
Yeah.
Like my dad shot me with a BB gun because I was
Yeah,
missing.
boo-boo.
He's like, my dad told me to take out the trash, and he said, and I said no, and he was like, I bet, bang bang.
All right, get back to
See over it.
your business though.
Sharpshooter.
What's it called?
It's called Affinity Sky Products and Services. And I named it after your sister, so
Her middle name.
her
Oh,
middle
that's
name.
it. That's good.
That's a crazy story too. I don't know if you guys want your names out there, but I gave my kids 4 names. Like both my kids have 4 names.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's right. You do. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So-
they know
so-
is Cyrus. That's all they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
What is it like?
Side dog.
Like who? Miley. He said that on the first episode. He goes, "Yeah, my name's Cyrus." Like Miley.
Miley.
I said, "What?" I said, "Hell no."
Hey man, it's easy to remember.
Oh man.
Okay.
Man.
Do you have any plans for the business? Like, what are you trying to? What's your goal with it?
Well, I mean, you can make a lot of money, but a lot of stuff that's real structure.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going through my certificates right now. You want to get like your minority business, disabled vet. There's different certificates. And you got to apply for your certificates, get all that stuff. So it's a lot of paperwork. You got to line all your stuff up, and then it's a lot of registering, like
Yeah.
resale license. Like it's a lot of stuff.
And
So I'm
it's
going
a-
through a lot of that, but as soon as I had got some of the stuff half done, I was just getting offers, like pretty quick.
Man, it's cool.
So it'll happen. I'm just not ready for everything right away, but everything will fall into
Slowly
place.
but surely.
It'll fall into place and
Yeah.
happen.
Hell
So
yeah.
You just gotta
That
keep
being
just taking it
said-
as it's going.
Oh yeah. Well,
one
you
step
know,
at a time.
I'm glad. I hope nothing but the best for you and your business. Honestly, best of luck.
Thank
If
you.
you need anything,
Appreciate
Theo,
it.
I know I'm not the smartest cat. You, out of all your kids, I know I'm not
Hey,
the smartest,
no,
but
that's for sure.
I'll help. I'll do what I can. If you ever need anything, let
Yeah.
me know.
We all would.
Yep.
First
no
and
doubt.
foremost, I want to say thank you for coming out here. Sharing your story a little bit with our viewers, and thank you honestly for telling us, opening up, letting us know what happened, all that shit. I think it was a pretty dope ass episode, man. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
so I appreciate it, Theo.
You're
Hell
welcome.
yeah, hell yeah, man.
A lot more stories, but
Oh yeah,
it's
man.
too. We ain't got that much time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That much
sir.
time. Yeah.
So we're gonna close it out,
All right.
guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Wrong heads
Share.
in the clouds.
Shout out Uncle right here, Kyrie
what's that?
Johnson.
Kylie or Kyrie?
Kyrie Johnson. Shout out Uncle, for coming out here,
Yeah.
talking, and I hope you guys fuck with the episode, and fucking leave a comment, man. See if you never know, you might be in the seat right here. We might interview you. But we're out, man. Peace.